It's what non-car people don't get. They see all cars as just a ton and a half, 2 tons of wires, glass, metal and rubber. That's all they see. People like you or I know, we have an unshakable belief that cars are living entities. Well, not a Toyota Corolla, obviously, but a real... You can develop a relationship with a car, and that's what non-car people just don't get.
But to a car enthusiast, it is as enthusiast as you can get, because it means you're seeing the car for its soul, for what it represents. And normal people, they just don't get that. To them, you use a car until it's old and then you get rid of it. They're only going to start breaking down anyway, right? And you never get any money back, right?
You know, when I made a video on the soulless Indian car industry, I somehow knew that I was poking a hornet's nest with a stick. To some extent, even my mother knew that my video on this topic might not be as well received as any other of my videos, because this video polarized everyone, fortunately, because most of them liked it. And I don't know why this happens, because I have noticed that when it comes to my fellow Indians, if there is a person talking about any aspect related to or aligned with Indians, we will watch it, no matter how uninterested we are in the main topic of the video, or if we don't even understand the message that the creator wants to convey, we will watch it regardless.
Why Indians are dumb. Average Indian IQ. Want views? Use India in your video title. Here's my own video. I used India in my title and now it become my channel most watch video.
And the creator can be anyone with different core interests, like me. If you know me, I make car related videos. No matter how much I want to make videos on other topics like calisthenics, which I'm interested in, I don't talk about it because this channel will always be for car enthusiasts and car guys. So naturally, my videos get nerdy. So nerdy in fact that if you are not even interested in cars, bro, might as well just watch anime without English subtitles. So the thing was, many non-car guys, some foreigners but mostly Indians, watched my videos because Indian in the title with some negative connotations. So I'm going to take advice from my fellow car guys, because if you are one of them, then hit that subscribe button and bell notification and then say boy, are these non-car people dumb as fuck. They miss the point entirely and saying things that sounds rational and logical to make up their point, but it just sounded frankly pitiful to me. Let me tell you why by explaining what was the actual reason for me making that video. The actual point. Soul. Many people won't understand what is the concept of soul in cars. Let me just tell you in simple terms. When a car is designed, engineered and tested to perform a task that invokes an emotion is the creation of soul. Racing is an emotion. For a driver or a viewer alike, doesn't matter. Watching sick overtakes, crashes, jumps invokes an emotion. And when these cars are homologated, people go wild to buy one of these cars. Usually they are car guys. When a designer creates a car so beautiful and advanced, it invokes an emotion. Even if you're not going to own that car in your entire life, ever, it is just something special. It's that feeling. The classic example, McLaren F1, built by some of the best Formula 1 designers and engineers that had one goal in mind, making the ultimate road car with no compromises. And acting and then achieving that goal is truly one of the greatest spectacle in automotive history. Being the fastest both on the straight line and on the racetracks is just a cherry on top. It was and still is the ultimate driving machine according to professionals, achieving its goal in the end. That gives this car not only a legendary status, increasing its value to all hell, but also giving this thing, this non-living thing, this inanimate object, a personality, a character, a presence like no other machine. Machines like toaster or a fridge, or even a normal everyday family car. Because commuting from A to B, sitting in traffic, doesn't invoke an emotion. In fact, it's numbing you from the inside that you mostly won't even feel anything while driving that car. But driving the McLaren F1 in the open, curvy mountain roads where you can have so much fun with the engine, manual gearbox, the sound, the handling, etc., puts a smile on your face. I mean, look at Gordon Murray driving his T50, which is the modern spiritual successor to the F1. You can also race it on racetracks to have fun with it. That personality that the car presents to you is the soul inside the car. Because like I said in the last video, the designers and engineers made that car with a purpose that invokes an emotion, the driving experience. And I know car companies market their econo cars with the ultimate driving pleasure or the soul of the car. Yeah, that doesn't fly by to us car guys because we are not fucking dumb. We decide whether a car has soul or not the company. The car is another presence or a living entity to us. It can only be felt, just like love. The love you give to your pet dog or a friend, a partner or a family member. That car becomes a part of your life because it is flawed, which gives it a human-like quality. Even though I don't own a car, I do own a bike. I gave it a name, Rooney. And when I ride her, whenever she misses a gear, misfires or gives me a shudder when I release the clutch too early, I feel it. The quiet revs of the engine in the lower 4000 RPM range and then screaming into life and pushing it above 5000 RPM range makes me attached to the bike. That I sometimes even feel bad when I don't clean her, as if she would be mad at me for keeping her dirty for this long. And the interesting thing is, some people who are not necessarily car enthusiasts or even hardcore car enthusiasts understand this feeling because they own one of the cars we adore. They get this connection with the vehicle. Although there are very few people who have experienced it, but these people are there. But anyway, people also thought that I was being specifically insulting in my video, even with the factual evidence and statistics. Let me tell you, I was. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That video was the embodiment of my frustration over the years. Because I wasn't an average Joe who would have been satisfied in life with a normal 9-to-5 job. I wanted to do so much more than just that. I wanted to innovate, win races, adding that cool factor in a car that I will make. But the country could not care less. The lack of enthusiasm, the herd mentality, the lack of opportunities, the lot was and still against me and to other car enthusiasts like you. I just pointed it out and made a 27-minute video on the topic. So fellas, what happens when a hardcore car enthusiast makes a video that caters to car guys only, too nerdy for non-car guys, too thoughtful for non-car guys to understand, and of course, too deep for non-car guys to understand the concept of souls in cars? It is too much for them to ask. And this is something that I particularly despise about Indians. We get real sentimental, real fast, that if you say something great about us, it fuels our fake ego, makes us happy, particularly if the comment is from a foreigner. And then people make this sort of tasteless video on us. And I cannot even blame them for it. And if someone is trying to point out or criticize the flaws in here, we again take it to our egos and try to defend it so hard that we won't even think twice about insulting the other person while completely missing the entire point of the video, giving me some factual BS that is irrelevant to my point. And then you get comments like these. So this guy found my video quite a disgrace because I don't know about the Indian automotive history. Tell me you haven't watched the full video without telling me you haven't watched the full video. Yeah, this is true. This 12-year-old kid with attention span of 5 seconds max thought his smart ass was a perfect counter for my video. The kid also blamed foreign brands that has soul in their cars for their incompetence because they are not on Indian roads anymore. Yeah, he's right. I mean, we Indians have the best road in the world. How stupid of them to not let it enter in the Indian market. Bunch of failures that exited the country. Also, the so-called foreign brands had a head start by a century and still they are failures? And no, it's of course not because of the corrupted government officials back then. Of course not. It's not because the import duty is so much higher than the original MSRP of the car. Of course not. Arrogant prick. Anyway, sarcasm aside, thanks to Aurora for shutting this kid's mouth with an anime profile picture. And again, even though there was a section dedicated to Dilip Chhabria, this guy has no clue. So let me get a little personal. दुबिस्वास जी, पहले पूरा वीडियो देख लो, जान लो और समझ लो सोशल मीडिया पे हगने से पहले. Here is a perfect comment for a non-car guy confused senseless. OGG Ma. I'm not going to say his full name. There was a common point among these people. It was unfair of me to state the Indian car industry is soulless because an average buyer cannot afford luxury and fancy cars. They just got to have a sensible, boring family car. Which is true, and with respect, this is the exact reason why I think you people are so stupid. The one who commented anyway. Do you think the cars I talked about in that video, which had soul, is affordable to an average man? McLaren F1 is a $20 million vehicle. Only 64 road versions of the F1 were ever made. Pagani Zonda, only 140 units were ever made, which included various versions like the C12, the F, the R, etc. Porsche Carrera GT, only 1270 units were ever made worldwide. Now, are these cars made for an average man? Do you see these exclusive cars all over the road in foreign countries as well? You don't. These cars cater to the rich millionaires and billionaires. And don't tell me there are no rich people in India. Also, look at the clips of the underground car meets in India which I used in my own video. You see these super fancy cars all over the places. So don't bullshit that there is no demand for these sort of cars. I don't want every car on Indian road to be something special. I just want one. Just one car that is Indian engineered, which has something special and has worldwide demand. That is the true pride for our countrymen. Defending and sucking up to British's education system, which is so outdated, shit and senseless today, is not something to be proud of. And for those people who think we can't do it, then Christian von Koenigsegg is the biggest fuck you to all. This man doesn't have any sort of college degree, straight from high school to an entrepreneur, and he's selling cars which has technological innovation so ahead of what we could ever think of in a country which was only known for rugged, sensible family cars. The entire country of Sweden is now known for something completely opposite. That is what I call an automotive revolution. So yeah, when I said our Indian car industry was soulless, give me a million sensible reasons. It is still a soulless industry because we don't make any cars that has a soul. Anyway, I've got many more positive comments, so thanks for that, my fellow car guy. These comments are just a joke to me, something I could just laugh at. Don't harass them in the comment section. It was just a little fun for me to point out. That's it. So see you all next time.